Hello, I'm Juan, and I'm here from San Antonio, Texas, tuning in from the south of the United States. So, I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and my background with music, and also some other important things that I've thought about over the years, of course. First, I wanted to acknowledge and just ask that you know that my heart is with everyone that's suffering from the wildfires on the West Coast in Colorado and Brazil and the Amazon. The Amazon forest is still on fire as well, which is really sad right now, as well as the pandemic going on. Wanted to acknowledge that as well, and just also the social injustice that is happening around the world. And I'm hoping that tonight can be a place where we can bring some peace for that, some good, and that we can all learn to grow from these circumstances that are happening as a whole. So first, let's go ahead and we'll get to this in a little bit. First, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my background with music. So it started when I was very young. I was about 4 or 5, and my mom would play Tejano music pretty often. And I lived in Virginia Beach, Virginia for a lot of time. So having that kind of music over there was different for everyone, but I always was very attracted to the melodies that were played. So I also was introduced to pop music, R&B. There was rap, and one of the biggest things was video game music and also anime music. There was a mixture of that. When I was little, I remember when I would play like Donkey Kong and I would just tap the controller along with the beat or the notations of the music that was going on. So I would do that a lot. And when I hit 11 years old, that's when I started. At first, I was going to play the trumpet. And I didn't like the sound so much. Not that I hate the trumpet, but the way I sounded was horrible. So I'm not going to do that. So I switched to percussion also because my father, my biological father, played percussion. So I decided to go ahead along with that. So playing percussion, it introduced me from age 11 to 18 from middle school and high school here in the States. It was a very enlightening experience, very awesome. When I was about 13 was when I started listening to and watching more visuals of music on YouTube. That's where I was able to discover other music and other languages, also because of anime and also made up language. There was a lot of opera with electronica and Japanese pop. There were things like that all mixed in together. It was a huge thing that kind of really helped me hone, okay, I really like music, and one day I'd like to make it. But I didn't get to that point back then. There was a huge influence for me on Evelyn Glennie's Touch the Sound, which was a huge video for me that talked about how there's sound in everything, there's music in everything. And the thing is, she's a profoundly deaf percussionist musician, and she hears sound through vibrations. So because of hearing that there's music in everything, I found it fascinating to be open to different sounds, textures, environments when it comes to visuals, everything like that, being very open with that. So that actually opened up my horizons even bigger, even larger for me. So with music, as I gotten older and through the years, I had a keyboard and then I didn't have it for a while, and I play every now and then. And I actually started piano lessons in September of last year, which I was really grateful for. Julie, she's one of my really good friends, and she was able to ask if we wanted a piano. So I was like, I've never owned a piano, so yes, I'll get one. I would love that. So I was able to actually get this, and of course it needed surgery. What I mean is it had to be taken, like it needed help. So that was done and it was tuned, and I'm really grateful for that because it was very affordable and all of that. So since then I started playing piano, and then I started listening to music that I normally listen to and new music as well, and I would start to play along to it. I would learn the key and then I would start learning it by ear. So I just pick up on one note. Don't think, I mean, I'm not like a genius when it comes to it. I can't play to it immediately, but when it comes to it, I would start listening and I would try to figure out, okay, what note is this? And then I would end up being able to play it with practice, of course. And then I like sharing those things with people too. Now, with music, it allows me a chance to really allow me to explore emotions, not just emotions, but also excitement. There are emotions, but also feelings, thoughts. There's also gratitude, happiness, spiritual aspects. There's also the other parts of emotions too that I've been able to sit with music, because music really resonates with me. When there's confusion, loneliness, that's a huge thing that's going around in the world right now, especially during COVID, the quarantine times and everything like that. It's very difficult. I have a friend in Australia who's having a lot of this happening, and I know many people in my personal life and around the world that are having that happen. Music has been a way for me not only to post or show these things to people, but also to just sit with these feelings too, because it allows me to somehow process it in ways that I cannot do it with words or writing. It's just, I need to sit down, I need to play something, and that's my way to decompress. It's like connecting back to nature. So music for me has always been a reflection of who I am, what I enjoy. So through that, I can flow through emotions instead of having them just stay attached to me and grip onto me and create these holds inside, which is not fun. And so tonight, I want to play for you just a flow that I thought about. I didn't want to be too hard on myself tonight, because I kept wondering, what the hell am I going to play? So I'm just going to do that. And also, I hope to share some violin with you in the future, because that's going to be my first string instrument that I'm going to be learning. So if you want to sit back, relax, here it goes. Thank you for listening so far. Thank you so much for listening. So, what inspired this spur of the moment for me was a stargazing that I did some time ago, where I was able to just see hundreds of stars at once. And it made me think of flow. So I just thought to myself, I'm just going to play something that just flows easily for me and that can resonate with other people. So I appreciate you all for tuning in tonight and listening. So thank you and take care. Have a good night.